My fellow Trump supporters. Yes, I am Canadian, but I strongly do support Trump. But this is something that we all need to come to terms with and accept. He lost. Okay? Listen, I was like you. I thought cheating happened. I saw irregularities. I was like, okay, something's wrong. They did multiple investigations. They had 90 court cases. And I think one or two of them Trump won. But either way, by the end of the day, he lost. We have to accept it. Listen, I understand it's hard. And do I think Trump was one of the best presidents of the past 50 years? Yes! I actually think he was the best president of the past 100 years, actually. Do I think he was an extremely good positive effect for America, Canada, and the Western world? Yes, I do. Do I think Trump would have been a much better president than Biden? Yes, I do. Do I think Biden will be a terrible president? Yes, I do. But cheating didn't happen. Okay? I mean, some cheating obviously did, but it wasn't enough cheating to flip the vote. Okay? You could argue false information was spread by Facebook, by CNN, by all the mainstream media, so by Hollywood. Yes, you could. You could say Hollywood and the mainstream media and big tech giant companies, they silence conservatives. Yes, I agree. That did happen. There's proof of that. And you could say majority of the people in the 1%, that 1% that socialists tend to always say they're fighting against. You could say majority of them fought against Trump. Yes, that happened. But that's not illegal. Now, I agree it's horrible, and I agree that silencing conservatives is a horrible thing and it's going to have some horrible consequences in the future. But right now, seeing a couple of my friends on Discord, which by the way, you guys should join, hearing them talk about arming up, I'm like, listen, don't get me wrong, I'm not an anti gun person. You should, defend yourself, so buy guns. Do that. That's good. But you have to accept that we've lost. Don't be like the radical left from 4 years ago. I know it took them 3 years to accept that they lost, but just because your enemy does it doesn't mean you should do it. Don't you believe in God? Aren't conservatives supposed to believe in, you know, traditional conservative religious values? You know, you just because someone does something wrong to you, and yes, I know, I agree. The social media treats conservatives horribly. They treat right wingers horribly. I'm not even conservative. I would call myself kind of a liberal Republican. I wouldn't even call myself conservative. I would just got liberal Republican Trump supporter. But still, yeah, I agree. They treat us horribly. I agree. But don't you believe in God? Don't you believe that what God says, you know, your enemy silences you, you go and shoot them? Can you show me a religion that says that? Like, come on. And I know it's hard, but you have to accept it. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Some of you may be thinking, oh, this is gonna be horrible. They're gonna hurt the economy, blah, blah, blah. Yep, that is possible. There's always stuff that you could do for yourself. There's stuff that you could do to help yourself, or just help your fellow neighbors, help the people in your church or synagogue, or whatever you go to. Those, I'm not going to list all of them now, but I have plans and I have many friends who have plans. And if you're interested, you should join the Discord server, discord.gg/CANZUK. Or just subscribe on this. Or you could message me on Instagram. The main point is it's actually pretty radical of us Trump supporters to assume that every institution, every court, every judge, even Mike Pence, the vice president, Mitch McConnell, senators, representatives, it's actually pretty radical of us to assume, oh yeah, they all got corrupted. But Trump, that one guy, oh, he didn't get corrupted. Or his family. So everybody, every institution in America, even judges appointed by Trump, oh yeah, they all got corrupted. They all got paid. They all got tricked. They all got, or they didn't even get tricked. They were already corrupted and radical. Really? You think every single court? America is a decentralized system. Actually, most Western countries are decentralized system. Which means if you truly want to cheat in an election, you gotta bribe and cheat multiple different courts, multiple different people at different levels. That's the beauty of a decentralized system. You Americans should be proud of that. So the thing with a centralized system is all you gotta do is just bribe a few guys in that system, bam, you can flip the entire election. But that's why you guys have bylaws and state laws and state legislature and state congresses. I don't know what they're called, but I know that every state has its own kind of like congressional system. I'm Canadian, like I said, but I know for a fact that you guys have those. So it would be almost impossible to cheat in an election. Now, don't get me wrong, I know some stuff did happen. And I still believe that if the mainstream media was neutral, Trump would have won. But that doesn't mean any direct cheating happened. Any direct, oh yeah, every judge and on every state level and courts, they were all just bribed and hypnotized. It's the beauty of your system. You Americans should actually be proud of that. If it was a centralized government, then yeah, just bribe a couple of guys, half a dozen guys, bam, you flip an election. But that's the beauty of your system. And this is something you guys should be proud. And in fact, the funny thing is, you should actually rub that in the face of the radical left who always says America's such a terrible system. It's like, no, this is the beauty of decentralized system. The radical left who always wants to centralize the power, right? Rub that in their face. But accept it. We lost. It's very hard. In fact, I lost $200 because I bet multiple people. Obviously, I'm not happy about that. But accept it. Okay? Accept it. Don't get violent. Just protect yourself, protect your family.